Okay, today I'm going to be talking about a very important question that I get asked a lot, and that has to do with One Shopping Cart, and it has to do with importing an email list from another email client into One Shopping Cart or KickStartCart. Well, it's very simple, actually. It's time consuming, but it's fairly simple. So I'm going to go through the steps today. So once you're logged into your cart, you're going to go to Email and Marketing, Email Setup. And in Email Setup, you're going to see three tabs: General Settings, Custom Templates, and Opt-in Preferences. So the first thing we need to do is, the way it works is when you import a list from outside of KickStartCart, when you bring it into your shopping cart here, KickStartCart will automatically send a message to everybody on that list asking if they want to be added to this new email list. You have no way of going around that. It's to prevent them from being charged with spamming. So once the people opt in to your email list, then they're in the list here, and then they will be imported into KickStartCart. If they choose not to opt in, they are not part of your contacts and you've lost them. So there's a couple things that you need to do first. Well, first off, when we click on the opt-in preferences, you're going to see verified opt-in stats. Oh, that's one section. The next section is verified opt-in default settings. And then below that is create and edit custom opt-in messages. So let me show you the important ones here. This one right here where it says verified opt-in default settings. This is basically, it's asking you we are going to send this message to your list. You can choose what happens when they opt in. So they actually have some pre-made templates of messages that are available for you to choose from to send out to your email list that you're trying to opt into this new shopping cart. The templates are basically 1 through 8, and if you choose a template in the drop down, you can click the little preview link right over here, and a new window will open and it will show your message. And this is just the default standard message. The subject line will be please confirm your subscription. Then it starts with hi and their first name. It says it is your company writing to confirm your subscription to our mailing list. You can confirm your subscription by simply clicking the link below, and this little code will put in the link so they can opt into your list. If you receive this message in error or do not wish to be included in future mailings, you do not have to do anything. Simply delete the message and your information will be removed. You can contact us at your email address, whatever you put, for more information on the service. Regards, and a signature. Now, all of these messages, this one is pretty generic, but it gets the message out. But it has three elements that we like to have in all of these subscription messages. First off is the first name. Second off is the opt-in link, and third is the signature. The opt-in link code and the signature code are required, and you have no way of going around that, so you have to put that in any of your messages. So that was template 1. Then there's template 2. Let's take a preview of that. It's worded similar, but a little different. Okay, the subject is still, please confirm your subscription. Dear subscriber, it's your company name, writing to confirm your subscription to our newsletter. See, it just says newsletter this time. You are receiving this message because you are a current subscriber, or we have received a request to include their email address in contacts. You can confirm by clicking the opt-in link, and so on and so forth. All good wishes and a signature. So you can feel free to skim through these templates that are pre-made and preview one, and if you find one that you like, then we can move on to the next step. If you don't like any of the templates, you can actually make a custom one, and that's what we would do next. I'm going to jump to that in a second, but let's just say that you just wanted to use one of these 8 templates. If you would choose your template, and then the next thing you would need to do is you would need to put in a thank you URL. And the thank you URL is the URL of a page that you create, and basically it's a thank you page. You would create this page on your website, and you would copy that URL, the link to get to that page, and you would put it in here. This can have anything that you want on it. Most of the time it says something along the lines of thank you for signing up to my newsletter, thank you for joining my email list, thank you for opting in, something along those lines. And some people like to put a freebie, like a free download or a free audio download or something like that. So to thank people for opting in to this list. Once they've opted in, they go to the thank you page, and you have a new contact in your shopping cart. So that is what you would do. You would paste the URL to that page that you've created right here in this opt-in message thank you URL area. And then you would click Save Settings, and then I will show you the next thing that would happen in a second. Now, let's say you didn't like one of the templates and you wanted to create a custom message. That's fine. You would scroll down and use this form, create and edit custom opt-in messages. All right, so what you would do is you would go to custom message name. You would give it a name, and this is for your bookkeeping. Nobody sees that. So I would do, like test opt-in. From name would be your name, so I put my name. From email, it would be whatever your email address is. And then the subject line, something along the lines of please confirm your subscription, but you can change it to something else if you wish. I'm going to leave please confirm my subscription. Then in the body, this is the body of the email, this is the message, and so again, you still have to add a couple of those features, and I'll show you how to do that, but basically, you would create your message. So, hi, friend. If I wanted to put their first name, I could with a code, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. But hi, friend. I'm moving my contacts to another list. Please subscribe. Please confirm. If you still want to receive contact from me, opt in below. So opt in below, and then we would put the opt-in code. And to do that, on the right side of your shopping cart, there are merge inset menus, and they have these little codes, and in the middle it says first name, client email, opt-in link, and so on and so forth. This is where I could put in code that would enter in the person's first name, whatever their first name is. I could just put this code in, and the shopping cart would automatically do it for me. I'm not going to do that with this one, but I do want to add the opt-in link because that is required. So wherever my cursor is in the body area, I just come over here to this merge inset menu and click it once, the one link that I want, and that is opt-in link. Boom. When that comes in, it says you can confirm your subscription by simply clicking the link below, see, and there's the code. And then I can go on typing my message, thanks, see you soon. And then we also have to, required to have a signature, and the signature is part of your shopping cart information, but all you do is click signature, and a signature code will show up. Then you have to scroll down. Let me move this over a little bit. Okay, first off, it's going to say, it's going to ask you for any notes. You can put notes if you want, but I usually don't. And then it says your contacts will be transferred to the thank you URL after clicking the opt-in link that they received from the email. So again, you would paste the URL of a page that you've created for the thank you page. Basically, when they opt in, they're going to get instantly redirected to whatever page you put down here. And then you have the signature. The signature is automatically appended to by your public information as the signature. So it, in your account, in your shopping cart, it's going to put your business name and your business address, and that's required too. There's no getting around that either. You can change your signature if you want, but your signature does have to contain a lot of these elements, so there's not really much that you can change. Now, if I want to use a custom message, I would click Save Message. I'm not going to do that right now because what's going to happen is when I click Save Message, it's going to, right here, it's going to, when you create a custom message above, you will be able to access it from the Custom Message tab below. I'll show you that in a second. But also, if you would like to modify one of our opt-in message templates, you can also do that through the opt-in templates. Now, what's going to happen is the shopping cart is going to actually take a look at the message that you created and either approve it or disapprove it. And it takes 12 to 24 hours. So this is where the time-consuming part comes in. You have to create this message, and then you have to hit Save Message, the Save Message button, and then you have to wait for KickStartCart to read it and approve or disapprove it. And they are going to be looking for these elements. They're going to be looking for the opt-in link, the signature, and some sort of wording. for in the body of your email. And then after 12 to 24 hours, if they approve it, then what you do is you would actually move on to the next step. Good stuff. Okay, so if you go with the verified opt-in default settings and use a template, you would click Save Settings after you put the URL in, and then you would be moving on to the next step. If you wanted to use your own custom message, you would use that in the area below where it says Create and Edit Custom Opt-in Messages. Then you would actually have to save it and wait for it to get approved. If it got approved, then you would move on to the next step. So what is the next step? Well, the next step is going to Contacts. And you want to go to Contacts, Import Contacts. This is going to bring us up to the Import Contacts page. And it lets you enter in different fields and stuff, but the way we're going to do it is really simple with a CSV file. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and it's going to say choose your import file. And CSV comes from Excel, it comes from other shopping carts. You have two choices, CSV or tab delimited. Most people use CSV, and that's what I use, so I'm going to use that for this example. Then you would actually click choose file and find your CSV file of your email contacts and choose that, and then you would move on to the next step. The next step is right below, and you can choose between one of these two options. One option is import contacts to an existing list, which if you already had a list in the shopping cart, I really wouldn't want all of these external contacts to just be bombarded into my already existing list. I would want to create a new list, and that's what the second choice is right here. Import contacts to a new list. And what you would do is you would actually give the new list a name. So I would do like import list, something like that, contacts, so I know what that's from. And then I would select an opt-in message. And the opt-in message is, again, it's those templates or custom message that you created. Now I have a couple that were declined, and that's because I didn't even fill them out. I just was using it for a test. And so if they did get approved, it would be here approved, and it would say in parentheses approved. I also have templates 1 through 8 to choose from, and again, one of my custom messages if they're approved. And you can preview them right here. All right. Now below the import contacts to a new list, you're going to have a box here that says list information. And it says we require that you provide details of the list source and the purpose of importing these contacts. And it even gives you an example of what you could say. Moving list from a previous provider. This is my main marketing list containing all contacts from my coaching club, or something similar. So you would actually just go right in here, type up a sentence or two, something similar to moving all of my contacts from my old email list to my new email list. It can be something as simple as that. Then you would click submit, and the shopping cart would start to send out that opt-in message to everybody in your CSV file. Okay. Now, depending on what sort of account you have with 1shoppingcart, most people have the basic account where you have up to 10,000 contacts. When you go above 10,000 contacts, KickStartCart will actually charge you, moves you up to a different level and charges you a little bit more. So most of us are using the 10,000 contacts, and so that means that if you are importing a giant list or a small list, the KickStartCart will only import 3,500 contacts per day, per 24-hour period. So what they do is they will just, and if you have multiple lists, you can use that too. You can still import all of these CSVs and it will still do it, but it will do them 3,500 a day. And that's it. That is how you would import a list into KickStartCart. Let me know if you have any questions.